Morning, Monte Brothers. Happy Friday. Have a little story this week. So many years ago, I worked for Parks Canada in Waterton. I was on the grounds crew for a couple of years and the trail crew. And this story comes mostly from the grounds crew. I remember one summer specifically, we were getting ready before the May long weekend. You know what? Maybe it was the July long weekend, actually, now that I think of it. But before any big weekends, there would be a lot of things that you needed to do to get the park ready. You know, on the grounds crew, we'd mow the lawns, we'd make sure all the branches were trimmed and any broken trees were cleaned up, and we'd pick up garbage, everything to make it look good. And I remember one day spending an entire day on the sidewalk in between Linnet Lake and the old visitor center, just like pulling out weeds and cleaning the edges of the sidewalk and brushing it, making it clean. And I remember having the thought, like, we are spending the entire day doing this, like, pretty not that fun of work. And when the weekend comes, people are going to walk on this path and they are going to have no idea all the work that we put into it. And that will be a sign that we've done our job, if they don't notice anything and if they have a fun weekend. And it's kind of an interesting thought because, if you've done your job good, they won't even notice that it's been done. They'll just think, oh, this feels nice here, it's good. And then on the flip side, you could do all that work and then have somebody come and complain, that a branch had broken, or that there wasn't enough toilet paper in a bathroom, or, even after all the work you've done, the only thing they're going to notice is what you didn't do. Does that sound a little bit like life sometimes? Or like marriage? Where you do all this work, but nobody's really going to notice it. Or they might notice it a little bit. You might get a little validation every once in a while, but mostly what they're going to notice is when you make a mistake. That can be really discouraging, I find. Because we want that validation. We want people to know what we've done. We want recognition in some ways. And in other ways, we're good at just, doing it ourselves. But what I had that thought, or that realization 2 mornings ago. I was stretching at home and I was thinking about a lot of things and kind of feeling maybe a little discouraged. And something popped into my head. It was something I'd heard another guy say, that he needed to love himself more. And this is like really basic. But I just said to myself, in my head, just like a prayer, I just said, you're doing a good job. You're being a good dad. Nobody knows all the things you're doing and trying and working through, but you're doing it, you're continuing, and you're doing a good job. And it put a smile on my face. Partly because it felt funny to be talking to myself, but it actually did make me feel good. And the more things I said, I kind of went through a few things for the next 5 minutes, just as a test. Saying these positive things to myself, even saying, I love you, Evan. And it made me smile. And so, again, that's real basic. I know I've heard that all my life, talking to yourself, positive self-affirmation, but I don't think I've ever really done it. And so it's just a new thing for me that you can give yourself some validation and it can actually feel good. And in some ways, if you can feel that yourself, maybe you become less needy of others and less grumpy when you don't feel like you're getting the recognition. You can feel that part of yourself. And then you still want a little recognition every once in a while from your loved ones, but less of a need. Anyway, some thoughts. And if it goes along with any scripture, I guess there's the idea of love your neighbor as yourself. And I think you got to start by loving yourself. Take care, boys. Have a great day. I love you.